Hey guys, welcome back to Ricky Center with another video, and today I'll be ranking the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Last Friday, I did a ranking on the Friday 13. You can check the video by link below, and also, if you're curious, you can check out my Halloween franchise ranking, link below as well. Today, like I said, I'll be ranking the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I also grew up with this franchise alongside with Friday 13 and Halloween, but obviously my go-to is Halloween. That is my franchise. But I do love me some Freddy Krueger and, trying to attack you on your dreams and trying to make you a nightmare. So Freddy Krueger is a great character. Love the man who played by Robert England. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know why I went blanking, but before you go, this is my opinion. So, yeah. Let's get right into it. So, we're going to start the granddaddy of them all. That is Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Obviously, it's going to go with God tier. I love this movie. It's very effective, very, really creepy as well. This is the movie that kind of taught me what Nightmare really is as a kid. And that's really kind of expressed my fear when I go to sleep, because Freddy Krueger, he is a creepy dude. When you introduced to him, and there's a great scene in the movie that tells the backstory what the Freddy Krueger is and how he became to be. I really enjoyed that particular scene with the mother and her daughter talking about that and why that's the whole thing about a mystery. Really thoroughly enjoyed that scene. I love the score as well, especially the opening. Great stuff. It's very creepy. It's very atmospheric at the same time. Really cool death scenes. In particular, the Johnny Depp death scene, which is fantastic to watch. I was mind blown when I saw that when I was in my early teens. Now in my early teens, I saw it when I was 9 years old, 10 years old. I was very young when I saw this on television. Yeah, I really love the original. It's the OG. It's the best of the best. It's the original. What can you say? And next one is Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which I'll give it an A. I'll put it in A. It's solid. It's a solid sequel. A lot of people say it's their favorite, which I kind of agree. It's actually a really good sequel, in my opinion. But it is not as good as Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. That goes God tier next to the original. That's right, I said it. It is better than the original, in my opinion. It's God tier. You got Patricia Arquette, very young Patricia Arquette in this, and also Lawrence Fishburne is in this movie. And the return of the main lead, Nancy, who came back to play this character. Not only to return the same character from the original, but also to be as a support system to help this kid trying to face their fears, which is actually a pretty cool, refreshing idea. I love Dream Warriors. That's a film I go to a lot in the franchise. Whenever I think about Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I think about Dream Warriors. I love Dream Warriors. And we got Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which is okay. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is just not the best. You can tell it's very rocky, and it's not my favorite. I enjoy some good moments in there, but it's not the best out of the bunch in my opinion. But it's definitely Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, which is D. I didn't like it. There were a lot of things going on. There was a lot of good ideas, but the execution kind of fell flat. And you can tell it is rushed. It is rushed because they're trying to push this franchise, keep it going. But they failed on that because Nightmare on Elm Street 5 felt tacky. It felt convoluted. The script is a mess. And trying to incorporate a lot of ideas, it just didn't work. There's some cool moments, I give you that, but it's not my favorite out of the whole franchise. But I do enjoy some moments in there. But The Dream Child is not my favorite out of the bunch, to be honest. It's just not my favorite. You can tell they tried really hard to keep the franchise going. And yeah, and then we got the worst in the franchise, the original franchise, that is Freddy's Dead. And this is the film that went 3D in the end. And my god, this movie is trash. Trash, trash, trash. It's unwatchable. I gave it a rewatch like a couple months ago. I mean, not a couple months ago, a couple years ago. And yeah, it's not good. There were a lot of ideas that kind of fell flat. The endings felt really weird when they go to 3D and they went to the Freddy Krueger mind, I believe. They went into Freddy Krueger mind, I believe. And it's so weird and out of place, and some jokes didn't land. It is what it is. Freddy's Dead is one of the worst in the franchise. And they came back with a refreshing idea that is a new nightmare. Wes Craven new nightmare. And I gotta go God tier. Top 3, of course. Fantastic film. It shows that the franchise is still going on, but it was refreshing to see how the story played out. This is the kind of movie that I did not expect to go. What kind of story that's gonna take place, what's the story gonna be. I did not expect that gonna be like take place in the real world where the actors, the actors are playing themselves, which is actually kind of cool to see, and we can see Robert Englund as Robert Englund, which is pretty cool. Some cool ideas, really great kills, and really cool practical effects. I really do enjoy New Nightmare, especially the third act. The third act is really exciting. I really liked A New Nightmare a lot. It's top 3. So the top 3 is Dream Warriors, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and Wes Craven New Nightmare. All 3 of them are excellent. And then the remake came to be. This remake is trash. Rooney Mara is in it. Jackie Earl Haley, I believe that's the actor name. Hold on, let me check the actor. Jackie Earl Haley. He was a standout in the film, in my opinion. I thought he did a good job as Freddy Krueger, but it was heavily CGI on his face, which is bothering some. It's bothering me a lot. And the story, they're trying to do something really different. They had a lot of potential to get this right, but it failed a lot. I love the score. The score is really good. I really like the score in the remake, but still, it's not the greatest. I hated it with a passion. Coming from the original to the remake is never a good idea. This is why the Friday the 13th remake is the best out of the bunch, in my opinion. Because I hate the Rob Zombie remake, and I hate this remake, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Some cool imagery, some cool framing, some cool images, but the story is really weak and lacking and didn't bring something new to the table. Kind of wish they brought something new on the table for this remake. I really want that. If they ever do another remake, another shot, do something new. Do something very different. Focus on the psychological aspect of the dream that we face on, the nightmare that we face on. Focus on that. Don't focus on the whole, we know what Freddy Krueger is. We know that aspect of this movie. That's what this film lacking, because they didn't bring something new to the table. Don't reprise the same, characters. Bring some new characters. Bring some new ideas. Don't be afraid to share some new ideas. That's what this remake kind of fell flat for me. It's just there's nothing new on the table. And yeah, there you have it, guys. That is my ranking on the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The top 3 are the Dream Warriors, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and the Wes Craven New Nightmare. Which those 3 I loved. I love. And I really liked Freddy, the new Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I really do enjoy it. Comment below what your rankings on the franchise is. I'm really curious what's your ranking on the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Have a great one. Take care.